Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And a signal there for the fair catch, so this opening drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere, the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it.
And he will have a Steelers first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, Week 6. And it was the visiting Steelers who came away victorious, so they'll look to claim the season series with a win here in Pittsburgh.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, look at this Baltimore defense.
They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
That one's complete out to Michael Mayer. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. He'll drop to throw. Going for the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defender's minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Madden. He finds his man complete. It's Hayes. They'll give him 4 yards there. And 3rd and 8 now.
You look at this Steeler defense.
They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And they needed to be because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
To throw on 3rd down. Madden.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable. And sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
2nd and 10.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Quan Martin.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3 and out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
Mooney good with the extra point.
And the lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
Off-play action. Madden. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
The Ravens send their punter out now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's taken at around the 40. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker. There he goes, left side. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 14. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Looking to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Jake Moody now on for the field goal.
This from 36 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
Here's Pollard again. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Looking to throw.
Madden. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
A give to Pollard running left.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
Back to throw.
Madden. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it.
And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And now they're in the hurry up.
19, third down. Come 19, come 19.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Short pass tip, but caught anyway.
By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
Well, just say thank you, Mr. QB. That ball gets tipped in the air, and they come out with a 1st down.
You've said it before, sometimes better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, but what you have to do as a defender, that ball's in the air, you've got to go up and get it, and at worst, knock it to the ground.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 18, Pioneer.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Paris Campbell,
His first touchdown on the year.
and the Steelers are able to widen their advantage. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's 10.
Yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
But Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. The backup Murray, his first throw. He'll buy some time right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think you can easily follow the thinking there. The pressure on the last play, it got to him, so they decided, let's get him out of there, bootleg him out to the right. Unable to complete the pass downfield, but the thought process, spot on.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Pollard, he'll take it up the gut.
Fights through him. And he's out right at the 25. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Even though they were stopped before the 1st down marker, well-executed run there by the offense.
It certainly was, and the best part about it, it opens up other plays, especially the play-action passing game. Because if you can sell the run, it brings the linebackers up, and you can throw over the top of them and in front of the safeties.
That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Throw caught by Mayer.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Six the Eagle, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
2nd and 3. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now back to throw.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
16 yards on that one and a Raven first. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Drew Sanders.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
2nd and 7. On the option, here's Eckler.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. Averaging over 50 yards of punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From the 20, here's a 2nd down and 9.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
70 range, 70 range. Buffalo 18. 19 Lions.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now a 2nd and 2.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Jake Moody now on for the field goal.
From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So this one, Charles, it's only the third quarter, but they appear to be well on their way to victory.
I would say so, because a one-score lead you don't even count, but a two-score lead you know it can evaporate in an instant. 3 scores, feeling good, but you know it's not over yet. But now, they've got a 4-score cushion. I think you can feel pretty confident in the fact this is going to go your way.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Let's go. 2-2.
Murray now on first down. Rolling to his left.
This one into the hands of Pitts.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to...
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Kyle Pitts.
His third touchdown now on the year.
And the Ravens get a bit closer. So that, Charles, their first score of the ball game, obviously, coming here in the third quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 19-point game.
Makes the score Steelers 26, Ravens 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Hey, Ace, Ace.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Danny Gray.
29 yards.
And the Ravens are able to cut in from the 3rd.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
He's got him in, complete.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Rashee Rice,
75 yards.
And the Steelers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point try now for Moody.
And that one makes this a 19-point game.
Makes the score Steelers 33, Ravens 14.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. To throw, it's Murray. And he will find his man on the end route, complete.
Still on his feet. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the 4th is not going to be an easy task. But that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Steelers will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Trap 60, trap 60. 79 Broncos. Go street.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And While that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The offense on third down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Nash. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up the 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He finds his man, Pollard.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
1st down, Ravens.
Throwing again, Murray.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Steelers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, time, I mean, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Calling about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there. And he'll take it on this side of midfield.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Who you got? Hard. 2-2.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Murray. And that will be incomplete.
You put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Murray's got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
Let's go. Panther 60. Panther 60. Go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. And they take a knee. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Here we go. Sack. On the ball, now.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing now is Murray.
Right side, and he finds Gray.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
A gain of 27 on the play. First down, Baltimore.
Murray now on first down. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Murray, one final try. Able to find Gray here. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for Pittsburgh,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up.